Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Hopkinton High School for Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM, as they are set to take on Xaverian brothers out of Westboro. Xaverian. And we were working on getting the Xaverian brothers lineup, so we'll go by number for now. Right now it's number 3 at the plate. And the first pitch is a strike on the mound for the Hillers. We have number 16, Derek Hatherley, as the next pitch is a ball. 1-1 the count. Tom Nappy, and we are joined today by former Hiller head coach Steven Simos, who will be chiming in on the broadcast. John Ritz on camera. Coach Simos, how are you?
Good, Tom. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Very good. Glad you could join us today, and we certainly miss seeing you on the bench coaching for the Hillers, but very good to see you at the game, as this is hit in the air towards center field and caught for the first out. Charlie Petruni making the catch, 1 away. So I know this is only the second home game of this season, but any thoughts on the team so far?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to watch a couple innings here, and then I sat through the entire game against Holliston the other day, and I was incredibly impressed. The energy, and they fought through some adversity.
Lineup and the pitch outside.
It was really good to see.
Absolutely. It looks like despite the fact that they lost some good players and talented athletes from last season, that they have a good up-and-coming roster. This is hit up the middle, and we'll have 4-3 for out number 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of returning talent, a lot of young talent, good depth in the pitching, and obviously a step up in coaching.
Stepping in for Xaverian brothers is number 4. Again, we're working on Xaverian brothers. Again, we're working on getting the lineup for them. We should have it soon, but for now we'll go by numbers. And we'll get you the Hiller field in just a moment. Lineup and the pitch from Hatherley. Hit up the middle, gloved by the second baseman. Throw to first, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 they go. To the bottom of the first we go. You are tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Tom Nappy joined by former Hiller head coach Steven Simos on the broadcast. John Ritz on camera. Hillers set to come up to the plate. On the mound for Xaverian is D. Powers. And Powers delivers to Joe Carazza. Swinging strike there.
Joe was the catalyst the other day against Holliston. He played one of the best games I've ever seen him play. Just brought energy and scored a few runs.
He's just a tremendous all-around athlete. And did you get a chance to follow the tremendous hockey season?
I did.
This is up the third base side, gloved by the third baseman. Throw to first, off the mark, and Carraz is going to be safe. He'll stay at first.
That's what he does. He gets on base and sparks his team.
Connor Hallenbeck will step in. I'd imagine he has a very high on-base percentage.
Now he becomes a real problem on the bases.
I think that's so key at having him at the top of the order, is you get him on base to start things off, and I think we both know he could cause mayhem on the base paths. 1-0 pitch. And this is fouled away towards us, 1-1. So can you tell us anything about the Hiller head coach, Matt Johnson?
Matt Anderson.
Matt Anderson.
Yeah.
Little off my mark.
I thought they had made a change.
Flipped to second for 1. Throw to first is high, so they get the force out, but
yeah, I could probably tell you more than he'd care for me to tell you. Matt played for me in around the turn of the century, around 2000, and I'm really, really happy that the job went to him. Keep it in the family, so to speak. He knows the values of the program. He's an outstanding baseball man, maintaining all the discipline and bringing more energy to the program.
First pitch to Charlie Petruni's a strike. And he's had quite the playing and coaching career. Spent some years over at Holliston High School. Swinging miss there.
Yeah, he's a baseball guy through and through. Played at Assumption, played at Winchendon. I'm sorry, not Winchendon. I'm drawing a blank on his prep school, but he had an outstanding playing career and has helped a lot of kids in the area with baseball.
And Charlie Petruni drawing the walk. And that's going to bring up the cleanup man, Joe Scardino. I think Joe Scardino is going to be a vital piece of this batting order throughout the season.
Yeah, what's really nice, a lot of these guys got valuable time last year for the first time, so now they're veterans or leaders.
That pitch is low for ball 1.
Looking at the lineup, we had 8 of the 9 starters got significant playing time last year as starters or top subs.
This is fouled away.
See, Coach Zach still has all the cat-like instincts that he had last year.
He has saved us from a lot of ground balls over here. A lot of line drives, too.
It's a good spot for Joe Scardino. Great bat speed. He's been hitting into a lot of hard luck so far, but he'll be a leader in this lineup.
This runner is on first and second with 1 out. Wind up and the pitch. That is outside. That'll make the count 2-1.
It's unusual for the Xaverian team to off to a little bit of a slow start. They're 1-2. With their only victory coming over our rival of Holliston.
From the stretch, leg lift and the pitch. And this is hit in the air towards center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Hellenbeck being waved around. Petruni being waved around. And Scardino going to keep going to third. It's a 2 RBI triple. How about that piece of hitting? 2-0 Hillers.
No, he said he was hitting in the hard luck and it would open up soon. I guess that was a little prophetic.
You got some good power on that one as Charlie Simulus steps in.
Yeah, he's got great bat speed. He really worked on his mechanics. He's athletic. You saw that during the hockey season. He gets the most out of his ability.
And this is going to be up the middle, glove by the shortstop, throw to first, and 6-3 for out number 2. Scardino stays put at third base. That'll bring up Mitch Simulus. Mitch Simulus, the DH today.
Xaverian shortstop, so only a sophomore. He's really highly regarded by college scouts.
Now, do the Hillers typically play this Xaverian team every year?
We started playing, and we try to play them every year because they've always been the kind of the dominant team in Division I, so we've always tried to extend ourselves.
Swing and a miss.
and I have some pretty good connections there because my son played for Jerry Lambert, the head coach. He's a great guy. We're on the executive board together. Like I said, my son played 4 years at Xaverian. So.
And he gets a good piece of this one up the middle. That's going to trickle through. Here comes Scardino around to score. And it's a nice RBI single for Mitch Simulus.
Ask for a better start than this.
Absolutely. The bat's coming alive here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Dylan Ruff, the shortstop. But Dylan Ruff is a new face to the team this season. Any thoughts about Dylan? Have you had a chance to watch him a whole lot?
Yeah, he had some time practicing with us last year. We knew he was going to, I think he would have been full-time with us last year, but he had started the year with an injury that kept him out, so he got his reps at the JV level. But I don't think there was much doubt that he would have been slotted in somewhere in the middle infield, but I think he's settling in at short. It's nice to have a kid who could potentially be your 3-year shortstop and lead the team.
And he's going to get a piece of this one over to shortstop. Throw to first. 6-3 for out number 3. But not before the Hillers plate 3 runs. They lead it 3-0 as we head to the top of the second on HCAM. For the top of the second inning, Xaverian brothers coming back up to the plate. A 3-0 Hiller lead. A nice 3-run bottom of the first inning. Swing and a miss. At the plate, it is Cam Grindle to face Derek Hatherley. Swing and a miss. Now, Derek Hatherley have a lot of time with you as the coach on the mound?
He didn't get a lot of time on the mound last year with a couple seniors, but I think he got his opportunity. His first varsity appearance on the mound was at Fenway Park.
And this is hit in the air to left field. Nice catch for the first out, as ranging back was Jack and Tarante for the out.
There are a couple players on the team, that can say something that nobody else has said, that they made their high school debuts on Fenway Park's field. So.
Yeah, that experience must have just been tremendous for the players, and I'm sure for you as well, as Danny Power steps in.
Yeah, it was great. Lifetime of memories. I'm a Yankee fan, so it wasn't, it was next level good, but it was special.
Well, I'm sure as a baseball lover as you are, seeing a historical stadium and getting to play on it like that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. We were in the visitor dugout, so I was actually...
There you go. You were right at home.
I was in the Yankee side.
That's fouled off. We'll make the count 0-2.
Just saw the Red Sox took another big loss today. The Rays tied the all-time record with their 13th straight victory to start the year.
That Rays team is something else, and I think for the Red Sox, it seems that they have the bats, but no pitching whatsoever.
It's not a good time to have to play the Rays when they're on this historic streak.
Absolutely not. Lined up and the pitch. And this is hit in the air past the leap of the second baseman. He got that glove up there but could not pull it down. It's a 1-out single for Danny Powers.
Those aren't going to hurt you. I mean, Derek's pumping strikes. Takes a lot of hits to score runs, which is always our philosophy and the philosophy that Coach Anderson uses. You're going to make them earn their runs by hitting their way on.
I'll bring up Jack Tubman. Got a piece of that one. 0-1. It seems like this Hiller team, and It's going to be similar to last year where they just try to manufacture those runs, and they were just so good at that last season, manufacturing runs.
Yeah, and they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of guys that are going to surprise people. That, like I said, got their feet wet last year, but are really comfortable athletes.
Swing and a miss there.
I don't think you can overstate the impact of a run like hockey and the success football had. You know, guys that are comfortable with competing. They were in big games all fall and winter.
And how about the boys' soccer run? Certainly ended in a
Exactly.
devastating way, but it was an amazing run nonetheless.
And that's, you know, Derek Hatherley's one of those kids. So it's not like they're new to the varsity stage. And you could tell they play with a lot of confidence.
They certainly do. And I think that's why we've had so many successful runs, just so many good multiple sport athletes here at Hopkinton, as that's fouled away, 1 and 2.
You look at Joey, Charlie Petruni right up the middle. 2 of the best athletes in the school, and, holding down the fort here.
Line up and the pitch. And this is up the middle, glove by the shortstop to second for 1, now to first. And not in time, but they do get the force out. So Tubman reaches via the 6-4 force out.
An outstanding play by Dylan Ruff and by Joey. I didn't think they had a shot at 2, and they made it closer than I thought.
That's going to bring up Patrick Kiernan. Checking at first, runner back safe. Inside, runner taking off from first, throw to second, and the ball got away. They nearly had him, but it went in and out of the glove of Dylan Ruff.
So that was a delayed steal. They kind of pulled that out of our playbook. But Hopkinton handled it well. The throw just got away a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good throw. It looked like the foot of the runner kind of batted the ball out of the glove. That is down low.
I think the position where you're going to see the experience help the most is the time that Peter Mahone got with the varsity last year. You have a young, inexperienced catcher. It could be a long season.
And this is hit high in the air towards left center, and it is going to be dropped. He had a battle of the sun and could not corral it in. And a run did score. And it looked like Charlie Petruni just having a tough time with the sun there, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought it might have been communication, and then took his eye down for a minute to check his left fielder, and then I think he might have lost it in the sun. Kind of the key to that is they're taught to run and listen and trust. You can't take that second peek.
So unfortunately, I think we have to score that an error. What do you think?
I think by the letter of the law, it's a hit because it hit about 10 feet behind him. But
we'll go with that then. We'll go with the hit.
Yeah, assuming Coach Anderson's going to call it an error.
As Josh Cohen at the plate takes that one low.
Those are the types of plays that extend innings. That you can't have. But it's high school baseball. It's going to happen.
Hatherley looks at second and delivers. Is hit in the air towards the softball field and foul. And everyone shouting towards the softball field, heads up. That landed towards the infield over there. 1 and 2. Down low.
I think it's going to be a successful season on the softball diamond as well this year. A lot of returning talent there.
Yeah, the Bats were really going the other day against Medfield in their home opener, and we'll see the softball team as well as the baseball team tomorrow against Ashland. As this hit up the middle, and that is going to get through the glove of Carrazza. Here comes another run to score, and it's a 3-2 game. Now, what do you score that one?
That would be an error. Yeah,
I
that's
think
an
so.
error. Yep. But again, probably less concerned about the physical error than maybe the mental error of concentration.
Stepping in for his second time today is Morse, as he will take a strike, grabs the outside corner. That is Jackson Morse.
This is where you'll see one of the strengths of Coach Anderson. A lot of high school coaches, those kids will come off the field kind of fearful of making more mistakes. He'll let it go. He realizes it happens. He'll keep them confident.
That's fouled away. Yeah, I think it's important not to get rattled by something like that and just to get your head right back into the game.
Now, if he yells at him, I never said that, but I don't think he will.
And this is hit in the air. That's going to get down into right field and be a base hit. Runner at second will hold up. So it's going to be first and second with 2 outs.
It is amazing how a single play can really unlock an inning, you know.
Yeah, it looks like after that ball was dropped in center, it just kind of started to fall apart a little bit, as we'll have a mound visit from Coach Anderson.
And he's talking to Derek, but he's basically telling him that he's done everything he could do and to stay positive, keep his chin up, just keep pumping strikes.
Wind up and the pitch. Down low.
Big at bat right here.
Set to deliver. There's a strike. Top of the order at the plate now, Jackson Morse. It was Nate Patch who got that last hit. As this is thrown into center field, runners will stay put. We're trying to do a quick check-in at second, and Cohen slides back to the bag.
One of the things that impressed me the most last year as a sophomore is Peter Mahone. He would come up as he's our backup catcher last year, but anytime he got in the game, he was never afraid to throw the ball. A lot of confidence in his ability, not afraid to make mistakes. It's exactly how you have to play the game.
A little low. Yeah, I think it's certainly important to keep those runners at bay, especially when you're playing those speedy teams.
But the bullpen fired up. Matt Gaughan is warming up.
And we're going to have a walk here. So Morse is aboard, and that'll bring up Charlie Comella.
Big spot here to split the middle of their order. This is the tough part of the Xaverian lineup.
There's a strike. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. And this is going to be handled for the out. And they will retire the side, and we will head to the bottom of the second with the score. Hopkinton 3, Xaverian Brothers 2. You are tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Bottom of the second inning. Hillers leading 3-2 as Jack and Tarente steps in.
Coming out of that inning with still with the lead. That's important. Want to have a productive inning here.
That'll be down low. Two and 0 the count. Inside.
This is Jack Interante. He's a returning senior. Just a very athletic, outstanding kid. I'm fortunate to have him in class. He's a great student, great person. I'm just really hoping he has a quality year. Jack and I talked about it. He's always just a little bit of confidence away from excelling. I think once he unlocks that, he could be a big, big factor for them come tournament time.
Set to deliver inside, and it's a strike. He thought he had the walk there. 3-2.
So extend the at-bat. Every pitch is important to get there later in the week, get this kid out of the game.
That's down low. He's going to draw the walk.
It's one of the big factors in high school baseball. This is a Thursday game, probably their number 3 starter. That's what the kids were saying. You know, if you can force his pitch count up early in the season and get to some of their less experienced arms, put up some big runs later.
Line up and the pitch, and this is up the third base side. Throw to second for 1. They get it. Throw to first in time. A 5-4-3 double play.
Nice turn by the second baseman with someone bearing down on him.
Certainly was some good defense there, and that'll bring up Joe Carrazza.
So on the flip side of what I was saying, you know, Jack battles his way through a 7-pitch at bat. And now on the 8th pitch, there's 2 outs. That's a crazy game.
Certainly is. It's been a wild one so far as this is driven into left field. That's going to drop down for a hit.
There he is again, back on base.
Carrazza 2 for 2 today.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think he'll be stealing.
I wonder where you'd get that idea. Connor Hellenbeck set to step in. Down low, runner from first going to take off. And there you go.
Made that easy. Big spot for Connor. Get that 1 run back, level it off again.
And this would be a very big spot if you could manufacture a run here. Wind up and the pitch. And looks like we got a late time call by the hitter.
Probably wouldn't have been granted that in the major leagues or Division I college baseball with the time clock.
And this is hit high in the air, left side, and it is going to be dropped, and here comes Carrazza to score, and it's a 4-2 Hiller lead. You could score that an RBI single for Hellenbeck. He did advance to second on the throw. Well, how about that? That pesky sun again.
I'm going to chalk that up to communication again and not the sun as I look at the angle. That was another kid who took a peek down and didn't trust listening to his shortstop.
Charlie Petruni steps in.
I spent a lot of time telling the kids not to put the ball in the air, but that might be the play today.
Yeah, especially today. That is a strong sun out there today. Temperatures in the 80s as this is hit up the left side. Glove by the shortstop. He's going to try to get the out at third. Did he? He did. So Hellenbeck tries to get the extra base, and they get the out. Any thoughts about what happened there?
Yeah, I think that actually was a good play on both runner and shortstop's part. The ball that forced the shortstop to move, that's normally going to generate a throw, but the athleticism of the Xaverian shortstop to beat him in a foot race to the bag. So you saw by the reaction of Coach Anderson, no problem with 2 outs going there, and just a matter of a foot race.
We head to the top of the third, a 4-2 lead for the Hillers on HCAM. Top of the third inning, and we have an 0-2 count.
Big inning for Derek. Pump strikes, have a nice quick inning.
That was Michael Oates at the plate. Here's the 1-2. From Hatherley. And this is driven in the air to right field and caught. Nice catch there. There's out number 1.
Nice play by Connor. He's a reliable outfield. Nice to have a fixture out there. He's got a good throwing arm. He and Charlie will hold down those 2 positions all year.
Cam Grindle steps in. Swing and a miss. Grindle flew out last inning for the first out.
That 1 run the Hillers got last inning is incredibly important in high school baseball. The message is always try to tack on. A lot of times you get an early lead. It seems that you just sit there, get a little bit complacent, and allow teams back in the game. But to tack on that 1 run and keep playing for productivity is important.
Wind up in the pitch. Here's a ball inside. 1-2 the count. Leg lift in the pitch. Hit high in the air towards center field, battling the sun, and does make the catch. That was a good catch there for the second out.
Yeah, I don't think the sun's going to be a factor other than for maybe the right fielder the rest of the way. So we're not going to give them that bailout. They're going to have to. What I like to tell the kids is they know the sun's there ahead of time. Get ready for it.
Danny Powers stepping in. Ball
The
for
ball
the first
coming out of
pitch.
the bullpen catcher, supposed to be protecting us, but he's letting it ball.
Maybe they're a little nervous. They have their coach watching. And this is up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first. 6-3 for out number 3. They go down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the third we go. It's Hillers 4, Xaverian Brothers 2 on HCAM. Bottom of the third inning, a 4-2 Hiller lead. Tom Nappy on the call with Hall of Famer Steven Simos. Certainly very happy to have Coach Simos on the broadcast. John Ritz on camera. Joe Scardino looks at ball one.
Being visited by a Milford legend, Brian Mackey, right now. He's coming by to watch some softball, I assume. Yeah. One of the great players. Yeah. The score is 4-2.
Leg lift and the pitch. Fouled off.
So the play to end the inning by Dylan Ruff was an incredibly important play in that he went to the backhand. Most young infielders circle the ball, get in front of the ball, be late on the throw. He had enough confidence to use his backhand, throw the runner out, and a quick runner too to end that inning. He's going to be a really good one.
Certainly a nice play to wrap up the inning. Line up in the pitch, and Scardino draws the walk. So he reaches base for his second time today. He had that big 2 RBI triple in the first inning to score Hellenbeck and Petruni. And that's going to bring up Charlie Simulus.
You can see the air go out of Coach Lambert's shoulders there. No coach wants a lead-off walk. They tend to score.
That pitch is down low. 1-0. Danny Powers working his third inning for Xaverian brothers. Down low there. I don't believe Xaverian brothers has had any warm-up action. It looks like they're going to keep rolling with Powers as long as possible.
Yeah, they had a couple of, I think, high-scoring games early in the week, so I think they're a little thin right now, which is going to play to our advantage. And the Hillers have been really disciplined. These are long, grind-out at-bats.
Simulus fouls that one back. That'll make the count 2-2.
Charlie's been their ace so far. Resting the arm today at first, but he's another great student. Fortunate to have in class, heading off to Clemson.
Swing and a miss. He's going to be going to Clemson?
Yeah, I hope I got that right. I think that's what he told me today, that he committed to Clemson.
I was going to be playing some ball there.
No, he's not going to be playing ball, just going to be maybe some club ball, but he's an outstanding student.
There's Mitch Simulus. I don't believe you had Mitch Simulus on the team last year.
Yeah, we did. Another one who got a chance to play at Fenway. Didn't get a lot of time, but he was part of our bench. A lot of valuable live at bats in practice for our players because he's got we haven't seen him yet, but I think people are going to be very surprised with he and Derek, the quality young arms.
And a good eye there. Mitch did reach base back in the first, an RBI single, which scored Joe Scardino to make it a 3-0 game at the time.
We're seeing him DH today, but I think you're going to see him pitch in college. He's got a legitimate arm.
There's a strike. Grab the inner corner. We apologize for those of you watching live, some technical difficulties, but hopefully the problem is fixed. As this is hit in the air to center field and caught. 2 away. He really had to range back to make that catch. That's going to bring up Dylan Ruff, the shortstop. Now, do the players enjoy not having a wall out there in left and center? As this is hit in the air, that's going to drop into center field. 2-out base hit there. It's 2 on, 2 outs.
I think players always like a wall. It's It's more comforting for the defense, for positioning purposes, and every high school kid wants a shot and taking one over the wall. We're lucky here that this turf, even though it is turf, it plays very slow. So it's not one of those situations where you hit a gap and it's going to run forever. It plays true, in fact, slower than some grass fields.
Line up and the pitch, and this is hit in the air by Interente. To right field, to the fence, that's going to drop. Here comes one run in to score. Second run being waved around. And look at that, a 2 RBI double for Jack Interente as Joe Scardino and Dylan Ruff both score.
Oh, that's a big spot. Yeah, I was saying earlier, he's the kid that's just a couple of hits away from exploding. A lot of ability, as you saw that. Jack Interente is, he'll be the glue of the team with senior leadership, but personally, I just want to see him have some success.
Peter Mahone set the step in. He really drove that ball, and it looks like it carried a little bit.
Yeah, good carry to right today.
That pitch down low.
What a great response to the 2 runs that Xaverian put up.
I would say so. And speaking of great responses, this is going to drop into center field. And Terrente being waved around. It's an RBI single for Peter Mahone.
You're getting that kind of production out of 8 and 9. They're going to be really, really hard to beat.
Joe Carrazza set the step in. We get time called. And will we see a pitching change? We're going to get a pinch runner. It looks like coming into the game, that'll be Will Morgan.
So that's one of the positive additions, I think, of a couple of years ago with the rule changes where they allow pitchers and catchers to be run for without penalty. They can call them courtesy runners.
Yeah, I like that rule a lot. You certainly don't want to see those ace pitchers and catchers getting hurt, and it decreases the chances with allowing that pinch runner. Line up and the pitch, down low. And the runner from first going to take off, slides into second, it's a steal.
So Coach Anderson turned the tables back on him. That was a delayed steal. So incredibly difficult to stop in high school baseball because you need both infielders and catchers to be aware.
Will Morgan showing off the wheels. See a new player for you, or did you have any experience with Will?
Will was a leading hitter on the JV team last year, so I didn't get a chance. He's one of the few I didn't get a chance to coach personally at all. But they're excited about his bat. Probably won't get a lot of time this year because of the depth, but.
Right. Well, we'll see him on base a lot if he keeps stealing bases like that. And Joe Carrazza takes strike 3. And that'll retire the side in the 3rd inning. But the Hillers play 3 more runs. They lead it 7-2 as we head to the top of the 4th on HCAM. Top of the 4th inning, a 7-2 Hiller lead.
So if I was coaching, I would never say this, but since I'm not, this would be a historic victory. You'd never have beaten Xaverian High School.
Really?
Oh, no. I think that's one of the things that makes me most proud of where the program is. It would have been unthinkable to even play Xaverian years ago. They won 3 Division I state championships under Coach Lambert. There's always been a gap. Even when we played them early on, he would do us the courtesy of playing mostly JV players. But now, obviously, we're at least they're equal, and hopefully they're superior today. I do have a funny story about our first game against them.
We'll have to hear that one.
Actually,
if it's appropriate.
It's appropriate. Coach Vera, who's at Northbridge now, and I were coaching the co-coaches at Millis High School before I returned to Hopkinton. I'll tell you after this.
Line up and the pitch, and that is going to be low. That'll make the count It's 3-2.
So Millis being the smallest school in Eastern Mass, people thought I was crazy. We went and scheduled Xaverian to try to, give those kids confidence and play.
And
our greatest fear was that we would go and get beat by double digits, obviously.
yeah,
I'll wait till after this pitch.
line up and the pitch. And inside, he will take first.
So we took our Millis team, who the prior year before Keith and I got there, they were like 2-18 or something like that, 1-19. So playing Division I powerhouse was probably not the wisest thing, but we lost 8-1, and we were thrilled with how our kids competed. So Xaverian goes on.
There's a ball 1-0.
Xaverian goes on to play in the state championship Division I game that year at Holy Cross. Coach Vera and I went to the game, and we were thrilled that we had competed so well against the ultimate state champion. When we looked at the book we had kept from our game and their state championship game, not one player who played against us was in the starting lineup. So Coach Lambert was a gentleman.
Hit in the air over to left center, caught for the out. 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Josh Cohen as Patrick Kiernan flies out.
Amazing what a double over the right fielder's head will do. Jack attacked that ball with confidence, and they've settled in now defensively. So long story short, if we can maintain this victory, it'll be
very impressive.
Very impressive.
Well, it's quite amazing when you think about it. You go from pretty much needing to play the JV version of the Xaverian right now up on the varsity version, 7-2.
Yep.
Line up and the pitch, and this is up the left side. That'll trickle through. It's going to be 2 on with 1 out. Single for Josh Cohen. Jack Tubman advancing to second. Nate Patch, third baseman, to the plate.
And I'm sure it wouldn't be lost on Coach Anderson and especially Coach Zach that they finally beat Xaverian once they get rid of me. So.
What was the result last year? Wasn't it a close one?
I think we got beat around 6 or 7-1. We didn't play very well, but it was a good experience for us. They were a very strong team, and we ended up becoming a very strong team.
Certainly did. Line up and the pitch. And there's strike 2, 0-2. Patch had a double back in the second inning. Runners on first and second, leg lift and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 away.
An outstanding breaking pitch, keeping that down. He's really throwing with a lot of confidence right around the plate, challenging these kids.
That's going to bring up the top of the order. Jackson Morse, the shortstop, stepping in.
Another opportunity to split the top. You get one of these two guys, break their rhythm.
Lined up in the pitch. There's strike 1. It's nice to see Mike Whalen out there umping the bases today.
Yeah, he's one of the true gentlemen.
Certainly is. Terrific umpire as well.
Yeah. We won't tell the Xaverian people he's from Hopkinton. They don't need to know that. But
well, I'll tell you what, he's as fair as it gets.
He's as honest as the day is long. Yeah.
He will never call with his biases.
Yeah, Mike's an amazing guy. Hard worker, wall builder, veteran, proud veteran.
Well, certainly, and has a large role in a lot of the veterans events in town. As this is up the middle, glove by the second baseman, throw to first. They get the out. 4-3 for out number 3, and despite 2 reaching, it remains a 7-2 Hiller lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th on HCAM. Bottom of the 4th inning, Connor Hellenbeck stepping in. Line up and the pitch. A little low. Looks like we still got Danny Powers out there pitching for.
Yeah, he's got to be well into his pitch count limits.
I would say so. Hit in the air, right side foul. I think that probably shows that Xaverian Brothers doesn't have a lot of pitching available today.
No, I don't think they do. Fortunately for these guys, it's
well, according to the game
degrees.
changer, only 57 pitches so far. Ooh,
Okay.
inside.
But they say not all pitches are the same. These have been hard pitches. He's struggled to have an easy inning.
Line up in the pitch, and this is up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. 6-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Charlie Petruni.
Charlie is definitely someone who wants to compete in college and, might have a choice between baseball and football or a smaller school and play both. He had an unbelievable year this fall.
He certainly did. Line up in the pitch. Here's a strike. Still looks like Powers has most of his velocity going for him.
Yep.
Swing and a miss. Nice breaking pitch there.
Well, he's done a good job. His defense has let him down a little bit. It only takes a walk here and error there to unlock things.
I think something to be very excited about this season is these Hiller bats. They seem to be very impressive.
Yeah, they won't be intimidated by velocity. They'll see a lot of velocity with under coach. Got to worry about the soft throwing lefties. That's always been kind of a nemesis. Hard to prepare for them.
Right. And pitch outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Get some there. Throw down to first is high. And he is going to reach, and he's going to keep going to second. So Petruni is aboard.
Well, there it is again.
Reaches on the error. And that'll keep it at 1 out for the inning as Joe Scardino will step in.
Yeah, beyond the obvious problem of having another runner in scoring position, that definitely is going to get some activity in the bullpen.
Actually, we're going to get a pitching change here, it looks like.
Ah.
So we're going to get a pitching change. Runner on second, 1 out. We'll step aside, let you know who that is when we come back. You are tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Okay. Welcome back in to the Hopkinton High School turf fields as we are ready to continue on a pitching change for Xaverian Brothers. And the new pitcher is Sean O'Donohue. Tom Nappy, Hall of Famer head coach Steven Simos on the broadcast. John Ritz on camera as Joe Scardino set to step to the plate, 1 on, 1 out.
Hoping Joe gets a fastball here. He's definitely, being told, new pitcher coming in, looks like a young kid, wants to get ahead, and Joe's very, very aggressive early in the count. Fastball could be damaging here. Yeah, he did it. He was ready.
Yep. Ooh, someone's car wasn't ready.
Yeah, probably mine.
I'd really love to know the total amount of smashed cars we've had here.
Yeah, we have a beautiful turf facility and possibly the worst parking situation in New England.
Yeah, they need to do something about the parking situation at some point, because that is high. I guess that's what insurance is for, right?
I guess.
Here's the 1-1. Big lead off a second by Petruni. And he's going to slide back.
It's a good job by Charlie, drawing a lot of attention. You got a new kid, like I said, looks young in the game. Very difficult. The guy on second, your attention is split, and Charlie's sensing that, making him really have to work both sides of the mound.
Hillers 2-1 on the season, looking for their third win here today. Lead it 7-2 as this is hit in the air. In the bottom of the fourth, runner on second, one out.
Charlie would have had that base stolen standing up. He had an unbelievable jump. He seems to have the middle infield and the pitcher a little bit rattled.
O'Donohue takes a long glare over at second as Petruni taking some big leads.
Again, forced him to step off. Yeah, it's kind of a new thing in baseball. They call it the vault. You see it when the pitcher first looks away on the first look, Charlie will bounce a little bit or call a vault. If he returns his look, then you stick your foot in the ground to return. If not, you're in position to steal a base.
That's some good strategy right there. Can really mess with a pitcher's mentality.
Yeah. There it is again, drawing another throw. It's one of the frustrating things in baseball is you have a talented runner and you really can't control them. But now you have divided attention. Good hitter like Joe Scardino up. You're going to take advantage of that.
Wind up and the pitch. Little low. Full count.
Got about a third of the way down the line there.
Now, did you ever send him to steal third from second?
Yeah, we tried a lot. We usually failed, but we.
It is a bit tough stealing third, that's for sure. But
Well, for a intelligent base stealer, it can be easier because you don't have somebody holding you there.
Right.
You know, the obvious thing is a shorter throw for the catcher, but particularly we try to, take advantage of a left-handed pitcher.
Charlie Simulus stepping in. Petruni taking a lead off of second. Trying to get in the head of O'Donohue.
At some point in this at-bat, I think you'll see Charlie take third. I'm not sure he's not serving a better purpose right there, rattling the pitcher, but may want to see if he can compose himself and throw a strike.
Oh, that hit him.
You got to put a lot of that on Charlie Petruni.
Absolutely. You could tell he is in the head of O'Donohue.
Bases loaded, nowhere to put Mitch. He's had 2 quality at-bats so far.
Yeah, only one out as Mitch Simulus set to step in, and Mitch having a pretty good day at the plate. RBI single in the first, flew out in the third. He's doing the vault maneuver over at third base now.
Yep. Coach Zach has been busy over there today. A lot of action. It's one of the drawbacks of getting on third. You have to be near him, but it's still productive.
Right up in the pitch. Down low.
He's done a great job. He doesn't get enough recognition. I was really happy that he was willing to stay, and Matt was willing to have Coach Zach return on his staff. Kids love him.
Yeah, that was great to see. That was outside. It looks like he pretty much brought everybody back.
Yeah, we got the new Chris Casey from a legendary coaching family. He got 3 brothers coaching college baseball. Dad is a National Hall of Famer.
Line up in the pitch, and that is a strike. 3-1. Line up in the pitch, swing and a miss. I'm surprised he swung on a 3-1 count.
An opportunity to break this open.
Leg lift in the pitch. Gets a
There it
piece of
is.
this one, ripped up the third base side. 1 run is in. Here comes a second run. Scardino's going to score, and now Simulus over to third. It is a 2 RBI double by Mitch Simulus.
Yeah, brother combination. Second and third right now.
That's going to bring up Dylan Ruff, the shortstop. A 9-2 lead for the Hillers. They brought out the bats today.
They sure did. Tough spot for this pitcher, and the Hillers capitalized.
There's up high.
Got to have the discipline to keep your foot to the gas right here. 2 big runs.
Line up and the pitch. In there for a strike.
And Charlie Simulus also very active at third base. Doesn't have the speed of Petruni, but still working it hard.
There's another strike. Grabs the inner corner. 1-2.
At the infield in now, real opportunity. Base hit will easily score 2 as Mitch Simulus could get a 45-foot lead.
And this is going to be a slow roller up the third base
boy.
side. Throw to first. And that is not in time, and a run scores. Well, the third baseman there just couldn't figure out where to go with it.
Yeah, that was a mental error. You got to, plan on that ahead of time. But like I keep saying, it's high school baseball. He got caught in between. The one place he shouldn't have looked is second base. Either commit to home or get the out at first, and he kind of got caught between the two by glancing down at second base.
Jack and Terente steps in, and I think he was waiting for Simulus to come to third base. But Simulus never left second. Swing and a miss.
The coach had the contact play on there where we're not making any kind of a read. As soon as that ball is seen on a down angle, the runner at third goes, puts a lot of pressure on the infield, and you saw what happened there. If there's any hesitancy on Charlie's part, that becomes an easier play for the third baseman.
Right. A little high there.
Another opportunity for RBI for Jack Interante.
1-1 count. Hillers leading now 10-2. Line up and the pitch, and he gets a good piece of this one over to right field towards the fence. Off the fence it goes. Here comes 1 run in to score as Simulus is waved around, and that is a long 2 RBI double for Interante.
Outstanding, almost identical, but 2 fence sections over from his last one. That hit about a foot from the top of the fence.
I thought that might get out of here.
Showing a lot of power, letting the ball get deep.
It just kind of sailed through the air.
Got a pinch hitter here.
Yes, it looks like we do. Nick Pedroli.
So I've been incredibly impressed with Nick. Worked with him when he was a a young ball player, a young little leaguer. He is somebody that's going to be talked about in this part of the state in a couple of years. He's a sophomore, but when he fills out in that body, a lot of bat speed. He's been a starter. He's Jack's starting today, but
I believe he was a starter against Medfield the other day, as that's fouled away.
yeah, and he started against Holliston, had a couple of big hits against Holliston the other day, which the team played incredibly well. Followed that up with this performance. But you'll notice you're not going to – size can be deceiving. You're not throwing a fastball by Nick.
And there's a breaking pitch outside for a ball. The Hillers this season seem to have a good mix of righties and lefties. He's going to get hit. They'll reload the bases.
Hiller trademark. They're continuing that.
It's like a badge of honor.
It is a badge of honor.
Joe Carrazza set to step in.
I didn't enjoy it much as a player, but I love it as a coach.
And might we see another pitching change? It looks like we will. So we will get another pitching change. We'll see the third pitcher of the day for Xaverian Brothers. And at the bottom of the fourth, it's an 11-2 Hiller lead. We'll step aside on HCAM. New pitcher on the mound. It is Joe Yanakis as he's going to fire this one high, gets away from the catcher. Runners will stay put as Terente retreats to second.
So according to the stats, it looks like this is his first appearance. How would you like to have your first appearance come in with the bases loaded and Joe Carrazza at the plate?
Well, I guess at least you're doing it in an 11-2 game.
Yeah, but right into the fire. It's only going to help him later on and this Xaverian team.
And this is hit in the air, caught by the shortstop. And Carrazza did not get the piece of that he was envisioning. That'll bring up Connor Hellenbeck.
That was the infield in. Caught it off the hands. That would have been an unbelievable backbreaker when the pitcher does a good job and you broken bat, so to speak, single over the shortstop's head. But fortunately for them, it hung up.
Hellenbeck takes that one high, 1-0. Hellenbeck's had quite a day. He had a triple and scored a run back in the first, RBI double in the second, and has grounded out. He will take that one outside, 2-0.
Pitcher looks young, but he's got a good arm.
He does, good velocity. Leg lift and the pitch, and this is fouled off. And that pole might have saved a car. Wind up and the pitch. Up high. 3-1. Bases are loaded. And he gets a good piece of this one over to center field. And it's dropped by the center fielder. One run is in. Here comes another. And that is going to be a 2 RBI hit for Hellenbeck. Are you giving that one an error?
No, that's definitely not an error. That was a really good attempt by their center fielder.
That went in and out of the glove of Comella.
Fortunately for Xaverian, with 2 outs, guys were on the move, so
Good pinch hitter here.
that rolled away a little further.
Lenny Onken stepping in.
Lenny Onken, he's a senior. A couple appearances last year.
hit high in the air over to center field, and it is caught. What a catch by the ranging second baseman, making the catch Jackson Morse, and that was a nice defensive play there, Coach.
Yeah, he's living up to his billing. Like I said, I've talked to a lot of college coaches in the area, and they like him. He's only a sophomore, and he'll be on a college roster in a couple of years.
Well, the Hillers plate 6 more runs, and as we head to the top of the 5th, it's the Hillers 13, Xaverian Brothers 2. You are tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. New pitcher on the hill for the Hopkinton Hillers. Matt Gahn is out there to take over. Hillers leading 13-2. Stepping in is Charlie Camella, the center fielder. Have you got to see Matt Gahn work a lot on the hill?
I haven't seen him, but he got credited with a really big performance over at Norwood. Game that went 12 innings. He came in his first appearance ever and gave him 4 shutout innings. He's one of those crafty lefties that I said every coach fears. If he throws strikes, he'll be a huge boost for them because they just don't have any other left-handed pitching.
Goes up high. Now he's the brother of Andrew Gahn, correct?
He is, and many other Gahns.
Leg lift and the pitch from the lefty. And some nice movement on that one.
Physically, he's a little closer to his older brother, Brian Gahn, who was a really great pitcher for us. Just had to battle through a lot of injuries. Brian threw a little harder. If Matt could develop that velocity, he could have a great career.
And this is hit in the air, right side. Looks like it's in foul territory, and it's caught. Nice catch out there by Hellenbeck.
Yeah, like I said, it's nice to have Connor anchoring that outfield. That's a tough right field. You have a lot of lacrosse equipment, fences.
A lot of obstacles.
The angles change. You got bullpen mounds, and he's very aware of it.
Michael Oates steps in. There's a strike. So you think in general that the players enjoy playing on turf more than grass?
Oh, they definitely enjoy playing. Infielders do, I know that. It makes turns a lot of mediocre infielders into very good infielders.
And that is a little high. 2-0.
I said my older son played at Xaverian, and they also have turf, and I really told him really should be embarrassed if you ever make an error in the infield grounder.
Well, I'd guess that the ball has more of a spring if it hits that turf hard enough. Inside, look out.
But fortunately, there's no video evidence from the 1970s, so my kids can't look up the fact that I made my share of errors. So they just have to take my word for it. Get a few friends to lie, and I'm all set.
I guess you're lucky HCAM wasn't broadcasting.
That's right.
Then yet. Takes a long look in and is set to deliver. And a nice breaking pitch in there for a strike. 3-1. Hit high in the air, right side, foul territory, out of play. That was just beyond the visitors' dugout.
This is a great opportunity for Matt to log more innings. I know Coach Anderson wants him to get in as much as possible. You want a reliable lefty is so important. Change the speeds from some of their harder throwing starters who are right-handed.
Is he a freshman, sophomore?
He is a junior.
Ah. Gets a good piece of this one. Over to left center. Could be trouble, and it's going to drop. Oates is going to keep going, and he will head to third base. It's a one-out triple.
That won't hurt you. To keep the infield back, there's no need to even consider that run. Other than the fact that you probably have in your back of your mind the mercy rule.
Right.
Hard to not play for that because it would always save you some pitching. But I think at this point with the Hillers, the extra at-bats for some of the younger kids and the extra pitches for Matt are not going to hurt the team.
The Hillers will be right back in action tomorrow hosting Ashland.
That is true. You do want to say pitching there, right?
Right. You don't know how a game against Ashland is going to go.
That's true. Is that a home game?
It will indeed be right here at the turf. 0-1. And a swing and a miss. I think this is a good opportunity for Gone. Work through a little pressure.
Yeah, they threw him in the fire the other day. A 1-1 game for 4 innings.
Oh, wow. Down low, 2-1.
And that was against a TVL large opponent. And they beat Holliston, who's a TVL large opponent. So coming back off of Medfield, they're in really important wins.
Yeah. Medfield has always seemed to give the Hillers a little trouble the last couple seasons. Line up and the pitch. Always a close game, though.
The last couple of years, they were as talented a team as there was in the state. So, they have players littering college rosters now. They don't have that depth this year, but Hillers saw their ace, which is always the neutralizer. I think man for man, we're a stronger team this year. We couldn't say that last year.
That is high and outside. That's going to make it a 3-2 count. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the leash is if Gone starts to really struggle.
He'll settle in. I think the leash will be long.
Oof, a little outside, and Grindle draws the walk. First and third, one out. And here comes Coach Anderson for a chat.
That's one of the changes this year is Coach Anderson by trade is a pitching coach. So he's going out there giving some mechanical tips, mindset tips. I would go out there and say, please do better.
We'll bring up Danny Powers. And that is going to be a ball.
Nice time for a rollover ground ball to end the game.
All right. Gone takes a look at first. Now another look and delivers. Ooh. I guess the home plate ump thought that was a little outside.
I bet you if it was 20 degrees cooler, it would have been a strike.
It looked like a strike from here.
But he's comfortable right now. Missing up.
3-0.
Another senior getting a chance. Ray Robichaud is in at second base for Joey. His first appearance was also the other day against Norwood. He drove in the winning run in extra innings. Pitch hit off the bench. Sat there for about 3 hours, came in and won the game.
And there's a strike. Okay, looks like we got Franco B. DeSano at third base.
Frank got the win the other day over in Holliston on the mound in relief of Charlie Simulus.
It's a big win to get over in Holliston. There's a walk.
They're a very, very well-coached team and a talented team. They've been waiting their turn. This is their year, they believe, this year and next year.
Coach Anderson must have been excited to play against his former program.
Yeah, and one of his best friends, Joe Santos, and he worked together at the Longhorns facility.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Josh Xaverian will step in.
You don't want to give them any thoughts of re-entering this game.
Swing and a miss. Bases loaded, 1 out. It is a 13-2 Hiller lead here in the top of the 5th. Strike 2, nice pitch there. Fouled off. It looks like this Hillers roster has a wide array of pitchers they could use this season.
Yeah, that's the, other than the hitting, that's the strength, I think, is the pitching depth.
Hit in the air, over to left field, caught for 1 out. Runner from third going to tag. He will score. So it'll be a sacrifice RBI flyout for Xaverian.
I won't mention it, but that keeps us in mercy range. It's going to come down to a lefty-lefty matchup right here.
Patrick Kiernan, the catcher, stepping in. Line up and the pitch. There's a strike. Gone, takes a look at second and delivers. Swing and a miss.
There you go. No need to move in the infield. Just play defense, get this out.
Leg lift and the pitch and down low. One and two count. Swing and a miss, and he gets the out. Well, that was a great recovery there by Gone. That was impressive, Coach.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. And I think that's the ball game, correct?
I believe so. We're going to stick around, make sure. It looks like they are indeed going to wrap it up. The mercy rule goes into effect. The Hopkinton Hillers with a very impressive 13-3 win over Xaverian brothers. And Coach, they beat this program for the first time in school history.
Absolutely, first time in history. An incredible win, dominating win as well. So it just shows you where Coach has, or how Coach has them playing right now. They're confident, they're talented. This could be a great year.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure having you on the broadcast. It was tremendous. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It was fun.
We'll do it again sometime this season. But the Hopkinton Hillers take the 13-3 victory, and that is going to do it for us. For my broadcast partner, Hall of Fame head coach Steven Simos, John Ritz on camera. I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. The final score for the final time, Hillers victorious over Xaverian Brothers 13-3. We thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.